All right, welcome back to Day Traders. It's a beautiful day today here in PA. I have my computer a little bit closer to me, the Mac for the mic today. So let's see. Hopefully this works. You can hear me clearer than how it used to be. I hope you're enjoying this Friday, and it's been a whirlwind of a Friday. 9:35 a.m. I canceled my cable yesterday, but figured they had said the whole entire billing cycle, cancellation next billing cycle. I did upgrade the internet from 200 to 300 Mbps, and they told me it would all next billing cycle. So I'm thinking, all right, cool. Next billing cycle, everything smooth, bing, bang, boom. Oh shit, what did I just do? I changed charts. Didn't even do that. Sorry, and I'm trading. Oh shit. Bear with me. Technical difficulties. All right, so getting back here. Sorry. So yeah, my internet cut out at 9:35 a.m. and I didn't get back online until after 10 a.m. A little bit after 10. And I know before I got off, well not got off, but was actually kicked off. I know flow was looking short, so I missed this. And this would have been great here off this key level rejection. Wow, I missed all this. That would have been my day. So my internet goes out like right here. I get back online around here, and I'm seeing, we're starting to base. And at this point, money flow was around this level, and I'm like, okay, yes, trend is your friend. Trend is down today, but, these are nice pops, 50, 60 point pops. Shout out to Matt from Trading with Matt. I have gone more long. I used to short a lot more. Been going long more, just given markets tend to be more bullish than we've been. But just even going back to that, look at the daily chart. Like, look at the day. We've been so bullish that even this is March 26th. Like, we've just for 2 months straight up. So this could be a pullback. Bang, bang, boom. Pullback here, whop back up, or start to break down. So you never truly know. But just given that, I thought I had a chance here to go long, nice base, and it was a nice little pop. I ended up taking only about 15 points, and just given how the market was, and when this resizes, this really. All right, now we're good. So I missed all this. Okay, we start the base. Okay, push through key level for me 29,830. I take the pop right here, and I ended up selling right up here. Took about 15 points. Could have had another about 50 to what is that? 850 to 930. So about another like 70 points, 80 points. I probably would have taken it to up right around here. I was looking for this range, but given how the day was and how we pushed up, starting to level off, I probably would have taken right around here. But I felt comfortable going long. Again, we were starting to go teal on our 5 minute, on our 10 minute even. And I knew this could easily flip back, just given how some of these days have been, and just being in the market, time in the market, you start to see those things. So I was trying to be cautious, and I was in drawdown a little bit. Nothing crazy. But I had another add in. I was going to add right in this range. Stop loss was below where we wicked and below this 750, just because in case clean number 750. You never know. A little bit lower. So I was going to add right here. We almost hit. And then, I knew I should have held in the back of my mind. Once we started to push strong, I'm like, all right, odds are we're probably going to push up a little bit more. But given the trend, as you see on the day end, I did want to log a trade day in these accounts, on one of these accounts. I scalped about 13 and a half, 15 points, and just kind of called it a day. So I was done here. Just given how everything's going, I don't like to trade Friday afternoons. It tends to be a little bit less volatile. There can be sell-offs. There can be low volume. And I just honestly had to book just a green week. I've been green every day, albeit like $50 to $80. But I had to book a week where I was green overall and green for the most part to get my mindset and just what's been happening was yes, I've sized down tremendously. I was mostly playing one contract the last 3 weeks. Sized up to two this week. Next week we'll get back to our 2 to 3 for our feelers, 5 for our A plus. Not 2 to 3 for feelers, but 2 to 3 for the normal, 1 to 2 for the feelers, 5 for the A plus, and then add on the way down for the feelers and the normal trades. That being said, just how to get back to seeing if I'm just terrible at this. Considering it felt like there was days weeks where I just couldn't make anything happen and had to realize you got to step back. Your system, you don't have an edge every day in the market, and some of it was that. Some of it was me just missing moves and things like that. So I essentially just took out a lot of the C and C plus trades that I was taking in. Weren't a lot of A plus. There was a couple that I had that I just cut way too early. It could have been monster moves. But I cut those C and C plus setups out. Took a lot of B's that in sense of had more probability, and we're up 300 on the week. I mean, I should be per trade 2 to 300 on these 2 to 5 micros minimum. But again, been a rough couple weeks. I am green overall. I feel like the last month, I'm probably green by like $800 the last month. But I went from a break even week to up 500. Another week down 500. Break even, and then was up again, and then now I have this week here. So we're moving, we're progressing, and hey, your growth isn't always linear. Especially when it comes to trading, sometimes you need those pullbacks to climb to all-time highs. So as we get into my thinking today, this was the money flow POC kind of area at this point, and we start to hold well with only wicks below the majority of the candle bodies above this key level. So I feel comfortable. Took the long right here, set in a little bit of drawdown, stop below 750 range. I was going to add 780 range. I had a key level in here. We didn't quite get there. And again, in hindsight, after I got out, I was like, you know what? We're getting a strong push. Or not a strong, but a decent push. This is about 100 points here. From the bottom here. But we started to push strong, and that was my cue to really hold. But given the structure of the day, the trend of the day, I didn't want to get caught in anything. And I was just done. Went over to the gym, and this would have been a great trade here. We're not creating higher highs. We're creating lower highs, and we are creating lower lows. So you see a lot of days where if we're bullish, we'll just eat into this Bravo 9, the SMA 9, and grind higher. Today we did the opposite. Pops failed. So this would have been a tremendous move on the way down, and I don't want to touch this now. It's Friday afternoon, lower volume. I'm not going to chase anything. We're green on the week. But this was the move that I wanted. I was watching Flow when my internet reset and cut. It took some time to get back on. So this is what I truly wanted, and I even had this marked up in our chat for the day. We would either base and break above, or we'd fail and boom. And we did that. So I missed this. Could have traded this a hell of a lot better here. But, logged the green week, logged the trade day on an account. Got some of that confidence back. And now I've just seen it's really just cut out the C plus setups, those average setups. Take your B's, your B pluses, your A's, your A pluses, and roll. And when I cut those out, I tend to win more. And, some of it too, just mental hurdles, just not wanting to be wrong. And I have to deal with that, where making money is more important than being right. And you can have a 40% win rate and still be very, very profitable. And I would like to have a 100% win rate, and that's not the way it works here. You have to have losses built into your system. So and again, everybody's journey is different, is your own. We all learn and grow at different paces. I tend to let some of the bigger losses affect me more than some of the lessons, which I understand. But hey, we learn, we grow, we get better, and this is just working out all of our kinks the last month. And again, past 600 accounts, failed 3, and considering I've only been trading futures for 6-7 months, sometimes you have to take a step back and be thankful and grateful for where you are at in the journey, and take a look back at the work you've come from, but also not forget you have a lot of work to continue to put in and move forward, and just keep getting better each and every day. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep showing up. So that's what we'll do. We're here. I might not be the brightest candle, but I often burn the longest. I can be quite stubborn, and I will burn that candle and burn that candle. So as long as it takes to figure out, we will be here. So that being said, traders, appreciate you for tuning in. Stay up, stay blessed, stay positive. Make it happen, and have a wonderful day and weekend.